Hi everyone, Miss Leah here again with another experiment for you this week. This week's theme is geology, which is the study of rocks, or the study of the earth, the way non-living things in our world works, like mountains and volcanoes. Um, Today we are going to be making our very own rock candy, so that we can kind of have a see of how crystals form. So for this experiment, you are going to need to use an oven. So please make sure that you have an adult or a guardian, someone who's older than you, that can help you with doing some things with a hot stove. So let's very quickly talk about what we're going to need. We're going to need 1 cup of water. You're going to need 2 to 3 cups of sugar. You're going to need a saucepan. And then you're going to need food coloring, a jar, a clothespin, and a wooden skewer. You can use a chopstick if you got that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our rock candy started. So for this part, you're going to put your water into your saucepan and 1 cup of sugar. So 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar, and go ahead and put that on the stove and start heating it up. You want to put it on kind of a low heat because you don't want it to burn and you don't want it to boil. As the sugar starts to melt into the water, start slowly adding another cup of sugar. You're probably going to put in about 3 cups in total, but you want to keep adding sugar to the water until no more sugar seems to be melting in. What we're doing here is we want to oversaturate the water with sugar. Once you can't get any more sugar to melt into your water, go ahead and take it off the heat and turn off the stove. Then go get a little plate and just sprinkle a little bit of sugar onto that plate. You're going to take your wooden skewers, get it wet, and roll it through the sugar. You want the stick to be coated with sugar. And then go ahead and set that aside to dry. Alright, and once your water has cooled enough, you're going to go ahead and pour it into your jar. You can pour it into multiple jars if you want to make different colors. So we'll want 1 jar or 1 glass per color. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour mine into my jar. And remember, as always, have an adult with you when you're doing something with hot, warm liquids like this and heavy pots. I'm going to do it over the sink. Alright, so my water's actually still steaming a little bit out of my jar, so I'm going to let it cool a little bit longer. Your jar will probably look a little different than mine. I'm using specifically organic cane sugar, so that does make my water look a little bit brown. Yours will probably be clearer than mine if you're using just regular sugar. And once it's in your jar, this is a good time to put your food coloring in. Since my water is a little brown, I don't know if this yellow is going to show up at all, but we're going to give it a try. Alright, and once your jar has kind of cooled down a little bit, and once your sticks are completely dry, the sugar is hardened onto the stick, go ahead and take your stick and your clothespin, stick your stick right into the jar. You don't want it to touch the bottom, so the clothespin, you want to stick it in there and kind of balance it right on top like that. Now, it's a little hard to see my stick because I have such brown water, but you do want to make sure that the stick does not touch the bottom and it doesn't touch the sides. So I'm actually going to move mine up a little bit. And that's all you got to do. At this point, we're going to let this sit for a while, but this is usually going to take maybe about a week for it to grow to enough candy for you to actually enjoy. But you can have fun watching every single day to see how much more growth you have. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun making your own rock candy. As always, remember when you're doing an experiment like this, you do need a parent or an adult around to help you out with using the stove. Please don't do this by yourself. And make sure when you're done, You help clean up. Make sure you have your space all nice and pretty for your next experiment. And if you end up making a rock candy, please let us know. I know it's going to take you a week or so for anything to grow, but you are always more than welcome to come back here and leave a comment if you manage to make any delicious rock candy. Let us know how it tasted. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.